Live on TNT Sports, let's now welcome to the ring our main event participants. First, here is Otto All-In Wallin.
So much of the attention, for obvious reasons, has focused on Derek Chisora. Otto Wallin. Could he dance away from this, the last dance, to take his own career forward? Many believe it would only be due time. In flashes along the way, he has shown not just ability, but raw power. Never really looked like he believed he could get the better of Anthony Joshua, but many believed he did get the better of Tyson Fury when he caught Fury on an off night and inflicted serious damage, even in narrow defeat. It did show how dangerous he can be. He seemed set then to give Sweden its greatest heavyweight sensation since Ingemar Johansson. He might have to wait a little bit of time right there, right now.
And now let's welcome to the ring, known as the Del Boy, Derek War Chisora. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for our featured bout. It is scheduled for 12 rounds, and it is an eliminator for the IBF World Heavyweight Championship. Brought to you by Frank Warren on behalf of Queensberry Promotions, along with their great sponsors. Riyadh Season, 32 Red, That Prize Guy, and Unibet. It is sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control, steward in charge, Suzanne Potts, along with the International Boxing Federation. President Daryl Peoples, Supervisor Massimiliano Bianco, Timekeeper Chris O'Connor. Our three judges assigned, scoring on a 10-point must system, will be Bence Kovac of Hungary, Bob Williams of England, and Olena Pobivaililo of Belgium. Our referee in charge will be John Latham of England. And now, boxing fans joining us live worldwide, and boxing fans here in Manchester, England. The time has arrived for the main event of the evening. Introducing to you first, fighting tonight out of the red corner, he comes to the ring wearing black with blue and weighed in officially at 17 stone 1 pound. A native of Sundsvall, Sweden, he is now fighting out of New York, USA, and brings a professional record consisting of 27 wins, 2 defeats, 1 no contest, with 15 of those 27 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the former EBU European Champion and the former WBA Continental Heavyweight Champion, Otto All-In Wallin. And his opponent across the ring in this main event, fighting tonight out of the blue corner, he comes to the ring wearing black trunks and weighed in officially at 18 stone 7 pounds. Hailing from Finchley, London, England, this 18-year veteran now has a professional record of 35 wins, 13 defeats, 23 of his 35 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the captivating and unforgettable former British Commonwealth, European, and two-time world title challenger, known as the Del Boy, Derek Chisora.
As you'd expect from you both, your very instructions at all times. When I tell you to break your ball break clean, defend yourselves at all times, touch gloves.
So here we go, a huge crowd the night that this fabulous Co-op Live really came of age in Manchester as a major boxing venue, boxing royalty all around, but so much for the sentiment. Time to go to work, time to go to war, potentially for the last time, as Chisora faces a southpaw for the first time since 2000. And Rich, it's a small ring, 18 foot. We understand that is what the Chisora camp wanted. Does that intimate the kind of fight that Chisora wants to fight tonight?
Most certainly. I mean, I've listened to a lot of people before this contest saying that Wallin is all wrong for Chisora. And he is if you let him box in a certain way. And Chisora quite rightly knows what he's got to do. He's got to get up close, rough it up, make it really, really nasty and dirty on the inside. That's the way he's got to do things against this fella. You know, Wallin is a 6'5.5" southpaw. If you let him get into a rhythm and behind his jab and hold the centre of the ring, then it's going to be an easy night for Wallin. That's why Chisora has got to upset his rhythm, get on his chest. He knows what he's got to do. But the main thing, Paul, in my opinion, what he's got to try and do is avoid punches as he's coming forward. A little bit of head movement. If he can do that and then come back with counters and just be a big problem for Wallin. But by doing that, he's going to take a lot of risks. That's why it's so important to try and avoid the shots as he's coming forward.
And how willing will Wallin be to take the risk to turn his career tonight back into a good direction? He's always had the talent. There have been questions over the years about his true desire compared to the determination of people like Chisora. Nobody has ever said that Chisora belongs among the elite in terms of his technique, his overall athletic ability, but sheer determination can take a man a long, long way, and it's taken him into fight 49 tonight. Richie, the enticing prospect of a major world title fight, potentially, in fight 50 if it goes well.
Yeah, indeed, he's one of the toughest guys in the sport, no question, Derek Chisora. But for Wallin, the left uppercut could be a major shot here, Paul, in this contest if he whips that through the middle. That's why you see Chisora occasionally just do the cross guard. Both his arms come across his chest, and that's literally to stop that left uppercut, because that could be a major shot for Wallin, especially if he sets it up behind his lead hand. So they both know what they've got to do. And it's not been a bad start from Chisora. He's obviously got to get up to Wallin and cause him problems on the inside.
He's had one or two little glimpses of the target, Richie, and I don't think Wallin truly believed that he could throw a hurtful left hook early on. Chisora pours it on, as he promised that he would do, right from the very first second of this fight. I am not going to let this kid settle.
Yep, exactly, Paul. So true to his word on that front foot, he's taking it to Wallin. And that's what he's got to do, make it as messy and as nasty on the inside as possible.
All the pressure early on from Chisora.
Lottoland Casino sponsors boxing on TNT Sports.
Listen, control the breathing, get back to your box, that's a beautiful first round. Listen, you've got to get the body a little bit more, and then you're going to find the hook to the head, okay? The double jab southpaw is what I want, not a single. You'll find that jump hook as well, there. He's not doing it.
Alexis Dimitradis and Russ Amber, the veteran on the outside of the ropes, on cuts tonight. Solid start from Chisora against Otto Wallin, who has looked tentative for me.
Yeah, too tentative. It was a decent round for Chisora. You've got to reward him for that front foot pressure. I don't think there was a lot coming back from Wallin. But Wallin now sensibly just he's keeping a tight guard and then just trying a peekaboo style and then just trying to catch Chisora with the odd shot here and there. That's why I think the left uppercut could play a major role for Wallin if he gets that into play. But for him, he's got to stay off the ropes, got to stay at the corners, boxing ring space. That will make it more difficult for Derek Chisora to close him down and keep his movement circular as regards to going back. That's what Wallin's got to do. See in that corner, see, he's just switched off there, and that's better now from Chisora. But he's got to make it pay, Paul. When you get him on those ropes, then let the punches go and try and find the target, especially downstairs. There you go.
And we've got north of 18 stone, 18 and a half stone in this case, Chisora tonight. One of his heaviest ever weights, but he carries his weight magnificently, and I think it's underestimated, Richie, the kind of shape he has always kept himself in. And I think back to the Carlos Takam fight as an example, when he took an unbelievable amount of punishment, but Takam could not finish him off.
Yeah, and he came back and finished Takam off. Incredible performance. But Paul, I think, you know, he's learned from that second Tyson Fury fight. If you remember Tyson Fury, you know, he's a switch hitter and he fought as a southpaw for most of that contest. That was way back in 2014, and he just couldn't get near Tyson because he was sitting back far too much, and Tyson just controlled things. But Tyson is exceptional, and we know that. But he's learned from that contest. He's going forward. He's doing the right tactics here, but I just want to see him avoid the shots on his way forward, Paul.
In that sense, he has improved throughout his career, making the most, the very most of his ability. I'm not sure we can say the same about Wallin. Wallin has it all to prove tonight. Didn't seem to be the belief that he could deal with Anthony Joshua, having come so close to creating a sensation against Tyson Fury.
At this stage as well, Paul, there doesn't seem to be a lot of belief in Wallin at the moment either. Maybe he's just trying to weather the storm a little bit. But again, there's not a lot landing by both boxers, but you've got to give credit to Chisora here. He's on that front foot. He's forcing the contest. Not a lot coming back from Wallin. He's trying to control the pace and distance and keeping the guard nice and high. But again, for me, Chisora's he's won this round.
Swarming all over his man like a hungry bear. 2 rounds in.
Lottoland Casino sponsors boxing on TNT Sports.
2 rounds in. Welcome back, everybody. Leading Team Wallin tonight, Joey Gamache, former world super feather and lightweight champion. Chisora has come out, all guns blazing once more tonight. Into the third we go. They seem very composed, like it was all to a well-ordered game plan, this from Wallin in that inter-round, Richie.
Yeah,
they're good actors.
Yeah, well, you know, maybe they've expected this type of start from Chisora, but for me, there's not a lot been in the rounds. But I just think you've got to give Chisora credit for that front foot pressure that he's doing. And there hasn't been a lot coming back from Wallin. That's a couple of good shots from him, and there's Chisora then coming back. But again, once Wallin just starts to control the distance with the jab and then the left uppercut to the middle, it could be totally different. I think Chisora's saying, well, he's holding the back of my head.
There's not a lot of people who can actually get away with the demonstration of that during the fight, though, are there?
See, so you can see the approach from Chisora with that cross guard. He's trying to stop anything that comes up through the middle.
He actually grabbed Wallin in a friendly headlock, and it was a friendly headlock during the weigh-in yesterday.
Yeah.
We don't never take for granted that it's going to be friendly and good-natured with Chisora. We've all seen enough over the years on his best behaviour in that sense. Fighting to his plan. The first southpaw that he's met since Alexander Usyk in 2000. But again, I say it, Chisora, all these massive fights that he's had against, quotes, better men, when he's ended up on the end of a defeat, there's something about him, he takes positives from it, Richie. He rebuilds. The big right hand, I think Buckley's felt one or two of those.
Yeah.
Building and building the pressure. Wallin is not offering enough, surely, here.
Oh, good shot.
That was probably the best of the lot so far, Richie, but there may be more coming Wallin's way. It's a tentative showing so far from Wallin. Chisora is able to set up every single attack in his own good time. Here he comes again, with this Manchester crowd roaring him on.
Yeah, again, the tip-taps from Wallin aren't enough for me here. Chisora's landed that one good significant shot, not a lot in the round at all, but again, he's coming forward. That's not a bad shot from Wallin, but for me, Chisora again.
Concern them in that corner, I don't think, so far. This is the evidence of it. The right hand is finding the target almost at will here, Richie.
Yeah, good right hand over the top there from Chisora, landed it a couple of times. Not a lot coming back from Wallin, again, who's on that back foot trying to control the pace. But again, Chisora, for me, just got the round.
So into round 4 we go. Wallin trying to edge toward the centre of the ring. Chisora back orthodox. And on the switch again. He's boxing at the moment, Chisora, like he has totally got Wallin's number. And I know it could be a long fight, and I know there's many a twist. And I've always thought that Wallin had ability, so he's not to be overlooked, but he's not putting on a show while Chisora gets down to work.
What Chisora may have done here, Paul, he might have felt a couple of shots from Wallin and knows that he can probably take them. He's got confidence as he's coming forward, doesn't really respect the power, I think, of Otto Wallin. We know Wallin's a very accomplished boxer indeed, but yes, he may lack a little bit of power, and Derek Chisora's taken advantage of that. He's very confident going forward. He's prepared to take a shot, to actually land one here. Derek Chisora, that's the way he's boxing.
They were both happy. I think it was a real telltale sign of what was to come. When this fight was made, they were both delighted about it. There was no sense, that's a trappy opponent for me. Wallin tried to tell everybody, listen, I really don't like Chisora and I'm going to make him pay, but I'm not sure many truly believed him. Chisora almost lost his balance there, but it wasn't because of a big shot by Wallin, who continues to show not enough.
Well, he's boxing in the wrong areas, Wallin is, and that, you know, his corner have got to say, you've got to box in ring space against this type of guy and move around the opponent rather than moving back to the ropes and the corners all the time. He's boxing very negatively on the back foot. He's not doing enough, and the tip and tapping trying to keep Chisora at bay, for me, isn't enough. The judges might see it differently, but Chisora again on that front foot, forcing the pressure and the pace, and you know, he's having the better of it.
And yet again, Richie, Derek Chisora has opened a big 12-round heavyweight title fight, or in this case, a title eliminator, giving the public what it wants to see. Full commitment, determination in bucket loads, that dogged will to win, whatever is put in front of him. Wallin again looking under pressure. Sharp right hand on the inside from Chisora, then the uppercut. Wallin's not stopping many of these.
Yeah, Chisora's boxing where he wants to box, isn't he? Like you said, head on the chest there and just whipping a couple of shots on the inside. Clever boxing, holding him occasionally and then whipping one through. You know, the referee's not saying anything, so that, you know, he's getting away with it there. But nevertheless, clever boxing on the inside from Derek Chisora.
Wallin could do again and off the rope. He was slow to get off the rope, slow to get going all round for me so far.
Lottoland Casino sponsors boxing on TNT Sports.
They're all here tonight. Welcome back, everybody. Joe Joyce, future uncertain in the heavyweight division. A watching brief for him tonight. Many other of the emerging heavyweights and one or two of the superstars in attendance. And many other major figures from boxing's history, including the immortal Roberto Duran. Here to see one of his own. A kindred spirit, perhaps, in many senses. Every round so far on repeat, Richie. Chisora walking Wallin down. Wallin not throwing enough. Chisora two-handed and pretty accurate. That's the one thing that's catching my eye the most tonight, so far.
Yeah, I don't think Wallin's done enough to win a round up to now, to be quite honest. I think Chisora, you know, that front foot pressure, I think he's boxed the way he should. It hasn't been pretty, but he knows he's got to get close to his man, and he's backed him up onto the ropes and into the corners, and has had a bit of success here and there, but Wallin's done very little. That's where he should be boxing from, but he's not doing enough. He's not throwing enough jabs. He's not keeping his man at bay, and although it's a bit scrappy here and there, but Wallin, for me, no, he's been a bit too negative.
So much for the problem with the southpaw. 2020 against Alexander Usyk, his last outing against a southpaw. Chisora with no problems so far, working out how Wallin is trying to do it. The jab from Wallin carries no threat whatsoever. That right hand flicked off the top of the head. Wallin didn't take it particularly well, though, and sometimes they can be damaging shots. That's a more solid right hand from Chisora, who cannot miss.
Yeah, just chin down, isn't he, and just whipping them over. Wallin failing to keep Chisora at bay. Hasn't brought the left uppercut through like we thought he might. Can't keep him at bay with this jab. The jab's too soft. And Jerry Chisora is just walking forward, prepared to take that jab and then whipping that right hand over. And he can't miss with it in this round.
And not rushing it either. I guess that's another advantage of all the years of experience. A very focused Chisora, as if tonight, above all other occasions, any of the distractions, any of the outbursts of emotion beforehand, that they do not play on the performance level. It was a sharper left hand from Wallin at last. But if the train keeps on chugging forward like this, Wallin's going to need something different, Richie, I think.
Yeah, it's just a lack of concentration from Wallin also. Earlier he just had Chisora in the centre of the ring and was boxing well. Then he gets taken back to the corner onto the ropes and Chisora's back in control again.
There's a little cut. Right eye of Chisora, we think. Chisora onto his toes. One or two little twists in the plot, but overall, Steve Bunce, to you, how are you seeing it, Steve?
Big Derek, one of the most went for it, Paul, one of the most controlled performances so far of Derek Gilboy Chisora's career. Not wasting punches, getting his feet in position, letting his hands go, hitting him to the body, whipping shots over to the head. But listen, it's a lovely night, it's a fun night, it's all a bit of a party in here. But the simple fact is, big Otto Wallin, who I personally like, is a disappointment tonight. He's backing off too easily. He's not letting his hands go. He's not showing Derek any fate. He's not touching Derek with a jab. He's not showing this and doing this. He's just being manhandled around the ring. Joey Camash in the corner must be driving himself absolutely crazy. It's Big Del saying goodbye. It's the last dance and everybody wants to samba.
That's where we think the eye damage was done. There are actually 2 cuts, one over the eye and one underneath it. It's very clear as we look at the scoreboard that Wallin has it all to do already. And one of the best in the business, incidentally, Russ Anber on cuts duty for Chisora tonight. Unperturbed, Chisora back to work. As we head toward the 6th and halfway point in this fight, the 12-round eliminator for the IBF heavyweight crown to be fought for between Daniel Dubois and Joseph Parker. What a contest in prospect in just a couple of weeks. At this moment, Chisora is set to be guest of honour out there again, I reckon, Richie.
Yeah, the blood is starting to affect his eye now. It's running into the eyeball, so he's got to watch that. And the referee will have to take a look at that pretty shortly if that blood continues to just pour into Derek Chisora's eye. But nevertheless, Chisora, you can see the confidence in Chisora. He's actually boxing as a southpaw himself now. He's got to watch that left hand that he walks onto a shot with that left-hander of Wallin. But Wallin now just gaining and growing in confidence behind his jab, and that's because I think Chisora just slowed his feet down a little bit. He eyes the referee. He's going to have a look.
It would be the cruelest of cuts if Chisora would be ruled out by this tonight. John Latham takes him to the neutral corner. The blood is running freely. He has boxed so freely tonight. There would be a bitter irony in this when Chisora has been on top of his game so much here. It doesn't look good.
No, that's an awful cut, isn't it? Because it's running into the eye, so they've really got to watch what they're doing here, and it's a big call. But they're happy.
On we go.
He's got to stay orthodox now, Paul. If he goes southpaw, then he risks walking onto that left hand of Wallin. So keep that right eye furthest away from that shot. Well, here he goes, Derek Chisora, trying to close the gap down.
Does Wallin now see this as his moment of opportunity? The door has opened for him. Even now, does he have what it takes to walk through it?
That's a nice little short left hand from Wallin there. Just measured with the jab and then whipped it through. Let's give him a little bit of confidence, although he's still on that back foot. Chisora bravely still coming forward.
If there's anybody who'd be undeterred by a turn of events like this, it is Chisora. He's handed Wallin an absolute boxing lesson for the first half of this fight tonight. Little bit of breathing space at times in the round.
It's just breathed a little bit of confidence into Wallin's work, hasn't it? You can see now a little bit more authority with that jab. And he's just trying to catch Derek Chisora as he comes forward. But Del Boy again tries to land that big shot.
All the experience comes in rather handy in a situation like this. It's very clear from Dimitriadis. Don't give him the opportunity to open the cut up more. On the cut, we have it confirmed now, incidentally, that the referee John Latham did indicate accidental, the cut as a result of a clash of heads. So in theory, Richie, it would go to the scorecards.
And he's ahead for me. I thought I'd give Wallin that last round.
Well ahead, but they haven't said that to him. It's almost as though they've disregarded that and told him just to continue to go about his work as we go into the second half.
And to keep that eye further away, the cutter further away from he's got to stay orthodox for me, Paul, because if he goes southpaw, then he risks them walking onto that left hand, and the eye's a little bit closer to Wallin's danger shot, which is his left hand.
That didn't miss by much, did it? Goodness me. But from Wallin's perspective, Richie, how many chances is this man going to get to really re-establish himself in the top echelon at a time of unparalleled riches in the game, unparalleled opportunity? I always go back to the show he put up against Tyson Fury, but he's been nowhere near that level for me since that night. And halfway through this fight, I just underline that.
No, not at all. And again, Derek Chisora knows he's got to get close, prepared to take a shot, to land one. No real respect for Wallin's power, but it's the right tactic. Just get going forward. If we could just see a little bit more head move, if you could just try and avoid the odd shot as he's coming forward also, that would be perfect for me as he's going forward. But he's strong and he knows when he's up close, then that's his best chance to land the heavier shots, Derek Chisora.
Complete focus, no distraction from the first bell tonight. Chisora so determined to put on a good performance, which he is doing. Just a sense in this round that Chisora thinks I've seen the worst of this crisis over for the moment, and I think that the blood is not flowing quite so freely now. That could change if Wallin could actually land a good shot on it, which Gamache actually said to him in the corner. Can Wallin get those hands moving from that southpaw style? That's a little bit of better boxing from him. 7 rounds in. Chisora responds, ties him up. There's what, nearly a 1.5 stone weight differential between them, Richie.
Yeah, typical example there of Wallin just controlling the distance a little bit better with his jab, so it's better boxing from him. The feet have slowed down for Derek Chisora. I think he's naturally slowed down a little bit, maybe tiring, but he'll come through this because he's a type of fighter that does. Remember, he's a seasoned 12-round professional, Derek Chisora, and really going for it here.
Finishing the round strong. A spectacular show late on in this round from Chisora. He's really going for it. And Wallin is grateful, very grateful, to hear the end of that round. War, baby. Steve, what's your view?
My opinion is simple. Derek Del Boy Chisora is boxing one of the best fights of his career so far. He's got a terrible cut that's even worrying a veteran like him. It's not worrying the cutman, Russ, Amber. Okay, we can see the clash here. We think it was in round 5, we think it was that. Now, that was a head clash. That was not a butt. It was not a butt. And then you see at the end of the round here, Del Boy's forgetting about the eye. He could sit on his stall and win this on points. Instead, he's trying to get him out of there. He wants to give this crowd what they've come for. Not just a party, not just the last dance. They've come for a spectacular ending. They don't want this fight to end on a technicality. They want it to end with Big Otto on the floor looking up at a triumphant Del Boy. Could still happen.
Thank you, Steve. Everything we are being told says accidental, clash of heads, scorecards would prevail in those circumstances, and Chisora shouldn't have anything to worry about. I don't know in the heat of battle whether anybody could actually program all that, Richie. That's our impression from ringside. But the great thing about Chisora's performance tonight, he's just picked up and started boxing again.
Yeah, incredible. Feeling the pace a little bit because he put so much into that last 15-20 seconds. Probably winning the round though, that did. And he just clipped the target with that left hook, didn't he, as he got Wallin on the ropes. If that would have connected, it could have been all over. It just clipped him. But it was a hell of an attack from Derek Chisora. And again, Wallin in a bad position on the ropes, just inviting the pressure.
Sliding down the rope, across to the other corner, big left to the higher part of the head, the temple. They can be very damaging shots. Chisora goes for it again. John Latham is posed. Could this be the greatest moment in Chisora's career? Wallin has to throw back. There's just no stopping Chisora. He piles on the pressure. The power, the big shots. Wallin took them well enough. One or two low ones there at the end of it.
What an incredible attack that was from Derek Chisora. How many shots went in there? 15, 20 punches maybe. Incredible stuff. Couple of low ones. The referee's pulled him up for that. How much has that taken out of Derek Chisora? Though poor, but Wallin there was certainly in trouble.
Wallin gets another breather. He defied logic a long time ago in this career, Derek Chisora, but it, to me, feels like in some ways he's rewriting the whole book tonight. That was a big shot to start that salvo. He told us it would be all about the pressure, but he's delivered some masterful boxing earlier tonight, and he's now looking like Ernie Shavers in there, the way he's landing these shots.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Square with the feet, but just letting his hands go. What a warrior this man is, Derek Chisora. Wallin, you have to give him credit there for coming through that, but again, 20-odd seconds to go. This is another Derek Chisora round.
What can Wallin offer by way of a counter-attack? Because if not, it's another Chisora round here.
You can see he's going to try and throw this right hand from here.
Wallin gave him a little look. The look said, you were something else. And now they're playing his song, and not before time tonight, War.
So this is incredible. There was that left hook, and then he just lets the punches go. There's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. They just keep going, Paul. It's an incredible attack from Derek Chisora. Some miss, some hit the target. Downstairs, switches the attack upstairs, just misses with the odd shot here and there. Incredible stuff from Derek Chisora. And it all started off with that left hook, and then he just lets his hands go. Incredible stuff.
Some of those shots are shaking the very foundations of this amazing new arena here in Manchester.
That's like last 10 on the bag, that is, Paul, trust me.
I'll take your word for it, Richie. 1 round on Richie's card to Wallin. 4 to go, if we get that far. Chisora doesn't look in the mood to leave it to anybody to score it. We might be looking at 400 professional rounds before this guy is finished, Richie.
Yeah, incredible stuff.
The blood is spraying out all around the ring. The only person who seems oblivious to it is Chisora, and Wallin backs away into the corner and now goes over. Latham sends him to the neutral corner. He's got more time out of that because Chisora didn't go there. Only now does the count start.
Incredible stuff from Derek Chisora again. Produces a shot, and now he's on the attack to try and finish Wallin off.
Chisora believes he can get it done here in the 9th round. Everybody in the arena is on their feet, witnessing something utterly remarkable. This performance tonight from Chisora.
Yeah, it really is, you've said it, Paul, a remarkable performance. Where he gets his energy from, Derek Chisora, it's incredible stuff. Again, he's going for it. Yes, it is scrappy here and there, but Wallin, he's hanging on for dear life here, Wallin. Derek Chisora on the warpath again. Incredible stuff from him.
The right hand, the big salvo follows. Wallin again does not throw much back. A tentative jab perhaps. More than a minute left in this 9th round. Chisora reckons that's easily enough time to launch another big assault. His durability and his recovery in fight, Richie, from periods of extreme exertion is something else, isn't it?
I mean, he looks like he's out on his feet himself, Derek Chisora. And Wallin probably senses that, but this is the trap that he leads you in. And Wallin, he doesn't want to be walking forward with his hands low, because look at Derek Chisora now, he's just waiting. Look, there's the shot there. But he just explodes into action with his punches.
Fury and Joshua couldn't drop him, of course. Wallin on the seat of his pants. And had Chisora gone immediately to the neutral corner, that count might have had a different outcome, I think.
This is play acting for me. Chisora just drawing him into the corner, acting as if he's really, really tired, and he's just going to throw a shot from nowhere. You can just see what he's doing here.
It's been pretty hot at the last dance so far tonight. A few more tunes still to go. But the song has remained the same so far tonight. Chisora boxing the fight of his life.
I think his tactics have been spot on tonight, Chisora. He knows he's got to get up close, but last couple of rounds he's tried something different. He's actually tried to draw Otto Wallin actually into the corner, as if he's really, really tired, and walk him onto a shot. So he's tried both ways, really, on that front foot, closing it down, taking the odd shot here and there, but catching his opponent with those right hands over the top, and also drawing him into the corners, making him overreach, and then bringing him onto the punch also. Clever tactics from Derek Chisora.
He promised us war, he always does. He promised us that he'd come out and swarm all over Otto Wallin. But he didn't tell us that he was going to give a boxing masterclass for a few rounds and then unleash fury upon him, no pun intended. And here comes more. All around, Richie, people in this arena tonight are in awe. They are enraptured. It's almost as though they cannot believe what they are seeing from Chisora. It's one of those spellbinding heavyweight performances that I've been very lucky to see a few times over the years.
Yeah, he's boxed really well. Like I said, Paul, it's the tactics. And I spoke, like I said before, to many people who thought that Wallin's style was all wrong for Chisora. But I kept making the point, well, it is if you box in a certain way. But Chisora, for me, tactics spot on. He's got up close, he's made it messy and horrible, and whip shots over the top. Here again, look, he's just drawing him in. You can see what he's doing.
Peekaboo time. Watch out, Wallin.
Wallin, he's not falling for it at this stage. That's why he's just measuring with the jab. Won't come over that front foot. He knows what's coming.
But he can't win the fight like this, Rich.
No.
He's been outboxed. Who could ever have forecast that tonight by Chisora? And he knows it. And he's running short of time again, yet again, Wallin, to make his mark. He could do it, of course. Suddenly that tank could empty from Chisora. But who really believes that on what we've seen tonight?
Better from Wallin. I think Chisora's just slowed down a little bit in this round, Paul. He's probably feeling the pace a little bit. I mean, he's fought at a terrific tempo, has Derek Chisora. Just walked onto a shot there. Got to keep that head moving, bobbing and weaving when he's in front of Wallin, especially with the low hands. This has been a slightly better round for Wallin.
What now?
Knock this motherfucker out, man. I don't care. This ain't a safety sport. You're a hell of a fighter. You're a warrior. That's where you come from. Fuck him, man. He's tired. He's hurt. You can do this with him.
Get tired.
Get underneath wall if you have to at times. You're not sure when he's going to throw.
I'll make the
risk is not taken.
required apology for the language. The sentiment from Joey Gamache was very clear indeed. This is the same Joey Gamache that fought Arturo Gatti, and it was a very controversial finish that night. He knows about being in a war. Gamache was a top fighter. He's always said that Wallin could be a top fighter. Wallin has got to validate that belief from Gamache right now.
And you know what, Paul? There's a sense of disappointment in that corner coming from Gamache there.
Let's see if that drills home the message in a way that Wallin understands. Chisora, 2 rounds away from surely the most glorious chapter of all.
Yeah. Well, I thought he lost the last round, but the previous round before that was a 10-8 round. So for me, he's way ahead, Derek Chisora. But he only knows one way, and he can't try and box him at distance. He's got to get up close, and that may mean just taking the odd shot here and there. So head movement we need to see from Derek Chisora, trying to avoid them, but again on that front foot. So he gets clipped there with a shot. The hands are a little bit too low. And of course, when Derek Chisora is right up close, especially at short range, then Wallin just can't get any leverage in his shots, so his work is smothered. So again, the tactics spot on from Chisora.
The hands are still quick from Chisora. Maybe not quite the explosive force of the earlier rounds, as you suggested, Richie, but he knows his way home, doesn't he, from here?
Yes, he does. You know, he's a seasoned 12-round pro, as I've said. So it's a case of boxing in bursts, and this one, there's another one coming. So we just went through a period there, he was just taking his time, and he was feeling the pace a little bit, but his energy levels are probably back to where they should be. And yes, good punch there from Chisora.
Wallin, in fairness to him, has taken those shots better than on other occasions tonight. He backs away to the centre of the ring, but where's the spring in his step? Where is that urgency? Where is that desire to walk through the valley of pain to deliver what he has to deliver, to elevate himself in terms of this heavyweight division? Is it to go down yet again for Wallin as a night of missed opportunity? Just for a moment there, Chisora's rhythm seemed lost, but Wallin wasn't able to punish him. Now Chisora digs down for the extra bag of oxygen he seems to carry around, and he finds a way to throw a salvo right at the end of the round. It wasn't his best, but it might just have made an impression on the judges. Steve, how does it look from where you are?
It looks like the kind of fight it was after one round. It has a Rocky-style feel to it. There's blood, there's guts, there's gore, there's controversy, there's screaming, and that's just up here in the press area. No, it's been an amazing fight, and that, when he drops him there after that incredible slugfest in the 8th and drops him in the 9th, there was a moment there, Paul and Richie, when I stopped and I did that thing where you look at the crowd, every person, man and woman, was up, jumping, cuddling each other. That's what Del Boy delivers. We know he can fight, but who can do this? Who can make 12,000 or 13,000 people so happy because he's fighting his heart out? You gotta love Big Del Boy, you gotta love him.
Wallin claims the last 2 rounds on Richie's scorecard, but he's still a mile behind, and there's only one left for him to turn this his way. The last dance, the last round of it, at least for tonight.
I think we're going to see Derek Chisora really go for it in this last round, Paul. I think he had a round off the last round. And for me, Wallin did enough to win the round. But I think his energy levels, he must be tired now, Chisora. Well, both men are, but Chisora especially, because he's put so much into it. But he'll just go for it this round. That's what he's like. Hearing what Steve just said about him, spot on. You know, he is a warrior, and he will give it. He'll throw the kitchen sink at Wallin, I think, in this last round.
Not quite the fire of the middle part of the fight so far, but he can see the finish line. Chisora, the only finish line that's in doubt right now is whether it will be the end of his career tonight, in the unlikely event for me of him losing this, or even on the basis of what we've seen tonight, whether it'll be 50 and out. Everybody tells us that's what it will be, or maybe not.
Well, he's only got to get through this round for me, and he's won the contest. So I think we will see a 50th fight with Derek Chisora. But here, again, Wallin continues to make the same mistake of going back to the ropes. His feet come square, and that's where he's open again. He's done it time and again in this contest. That's when Derek Chisora has his most success, in the corners, on the ropes, and Wallin keeps falling for it. Back into the corner again. Here comes Derek Chisora.
Utterly irrepressible. He's seen everything that there is to see in boxing. He has performed in a way few thought possible at this stage in his career, and barring a completely unforeseeable error in these closing seconds, this is Chisora closing the show tonight in style such as we have never seen before.
And what an entertainer Paul Derek Chisora has been through his career, and this contest sums up that career. Just pure entertainment for boxing fans. Tremendous stuff.
Wallin down once on the end of several massive assaults from Chisora, but not just the violence that he promised, that he tells us that he loves to deliver in the ring. Some really measured boxing as well. So accurate, so determined. Wallin touches down again. He'll probably get up. Right on the bell. The game is up for Wallin. It's all over, surely. Yes, it is all over. There was the bell in the middle. Nobody could hear it properly. And that's because all around Chisora is being fated like never before. A life of chaos and controversy it may have been all too often. But when it comes to giving the people what the people want to see, who has ever been better than Derek Chisora? That was a master class from him tonight, make no mistake. And are we not entertained?
Absolutely, Paul. It's horses for courses at the end of the day, and the tactics from Derek Chisora tonight were absolutely spot on. He knew he had to get on the chest of Otto Wallin. He did it from the word go and landed some great shots, and there's his old rival Joe the Juggernaut Joyce. But everyone, like Steve Bunter says, on their feet clapping. It's been absolutely tremendous, and that last round was probably the icing on the cake to put Wallin down, because that was another 10-8 round for Derek Chisora. Tremendous performance from him. It wasn't pretty at times, but he got the job done, and it was so exciting for the fans, and that's the main thing. Look at the people in the background. Everyone's getting up on their feet, and Wallin falls to the canvas. That's obviously in the last 20 seconds or so. It was incredible stuff, Paul, throughout the contest from Derek Chisora. Going for it here. Let's have another look. Pouring the pressure on, and there's the right hand that sends him to the canvas. Just awesome stuff there from Derek Chisora.
Richie, people all around are looking at each other in disbelief at what they have witnessed here tonight, and it is like, for me, the second coming of George Foreman. I'm sorry, it really is. Yeah. A man who started his career in the pro game in 2007 under Frank Warren. Their paths have wandered hither and thither since then. Good times and bad for both. Reunited on this night. And at some point soon, the question is going to be, what next, guys?
Yeah, truly incredible, Paul, isn't it? And that was the 49th, and what a win. I don't think anyone really expected Chisora to win as comfortable as he has done tonight against Wallin, who's a really decent boxer, isn't he? 6'5.5", 6'6" southpaw, who can box well behind his jab. But Derek Chisora took that jab away, just got to him, landed the much better shots. Front foot pressure, it was all Chisora. You've got to give him so much credit. What a performance that was, because not many people expected that performance from Derek Chisora. Let's get it right.
I'll say it had absolutely everything. But at the heart of it all, that warrior spirit, the determination to give everything of himself. Once we get going, all the brushes with authority, all the arguments, all the controversies kind of pale into insignificance when seen against the level of that performance tonight from Chisora. I'll wager that was his best showing ever, Richie, given the circumstances.
Absolutely, and no one expected it, so yeah, you could be right, Paul. What a fighter this man is, Derek Chisora.
I think we all know the outcome. Two-time world title challenger before tonight. And we have an announcement from here in Manchester. Right now, this 41-year-old is the most dangerous contender in the business as he looks to fight 50.
DJ, stop the music, please. Manchester! Don't leave here, please don't leave. I want to talk to you guys, please. Those that are leaving, please don't leave. Let me talk to you, please. Don't worry, the pub is not going nowhere, the nightclub is not going nowhere. I just want to say, I want to introduce you to one person in here. John Oliver, where is he, John Oliver? Where's John? Where's John? John, where's John? Sorry. John, come here. John, come here. I got a couple of things to say, and please bear with me. I think I've earned it with 49 fights. I know you're upset with me because you're rushing TV. I don't know. I am TV. Okay, we're going to do an interview, don't worry. Okay, go on. You ready? Yeah, while I wait for John.
Come, we're going to do this properly. Watch Del.
Okay.
Del, I'm just going to say to you now, because there was a lot of emotion coming in this tonight. I saw the tears when you arrived. I've seen the testimony that they have in the hallway for you. Listen to this. Listen to this. This is yours. 49 fights, sweat, tears, and blood that you put into this moment. Did this live up to the bill in terms of the UK, the final fight?
Listen, Manchester, you've been beautiful. Otto Wallin was a good fighter. I thought he was going to gas out, but he didn't. He proved me wrong. He carried on. When I arrived, I said to myself, I won't cry. Bro, I started crying like a baby.
I saw it.
You know, I was in tears. I was in tears because I love the sport and I love the fans. And I love every promoter about it, on the TV, everything about it, the ups and downs. So for me, it was a very emotional day for me today. You know, and my wife said, I wish I was there. I said, no, don't worry, you look after the kids. You know, you know, it was a hard fight. I'm not gonna lie to you, it was very hard. When I got the cut, and then something happened in the third round, which I didn't tell my trainers. I said, let me carry on, because both of my ears have popped now. I can feel them in the first round, in the second round. And I said, I'm not gonna show it, I'm just gonna carry on, bite the gumshoe and do what I need to do.
You want to know testimony of where you stand as a British icon, not just the fans' reaction, but look at your peers. I see people that have formerly managed you. I see people that have formerly trained you, people that you shared the ring with. There's icons in there, Hall of Famers. Roberto Duran is here to celebrate you and your legacy. I just want to know in terms of what you want to hear from the British public right now. You
know, legacy is not made by me, it's made by the fans, what they like. You know, I think I'll be in a legacy Hall of Fame when I'm dead. Do you understand? Yeah, not now. You know, it's the fans who choose me to be a legacy of the United Kingdom, and I love it. I love every inch of it, bro.
I have to ask you now, because I'm not one to make you think forward. I know you're probably thinking about the five guys, but I want to know, for 50, where are we going to go, Del? Because you could have it anywhere in the world. It's probably not a fight that has more options than you.
We're going to choose number 550 right here, right now, so bear with me. I want to do something for you very special, please. Where's my brother? Where's Skepta? Skepta, come up.
Skepta in the building, North London, stand up.
Where's Tiny? Where's Tiny?
Tiny's over there as well, I see him.
Live Tiny, Live Beazle, come up here. And Live Beazle, yeah, Beazle. Open that, please. Open that, Nicole. Open that.
Oh, we're about to get an exclusive.
Yeah.
Icons in the building.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Where are they? Thank you. My brothers, open it. There's something in there.
For each one of them?
There's listen, I'm going to let the crowd.
This is musical royalty, by the way, here with you. Musical royalty here, standing up.
Hold this for me. Hold that.
Oh, you're going to let the crowd decide? Oh, wow, here we go. So for all those at home, Derek has brought options with him, clearly. You've got Daniel Dubois as an option, Alexander Usyk as an option, Anthony Joshua as an option.
Yeah.
So as you stand right here, Dale, I'm here. They wanted you in the middle. Derek,
where's the microphone?
I'm right here with you, Dale.
Give me one. Microphone check.
I'm going to turn around and give it to you for a second. So I'm going to ask you, Dale, you want the people to decide?
People, you decide. Do I get Triple D? Do I get my brother AJ? Or do I get Alexander Usyk? You tell me. I think I've earned number 50, a big blockbuster, please. So you tell me. Is it him? Is it him?
That's Anthony Joshua.
Is it him?
Okay, that's the resounding no. You know one person that can help you make this decision? I want to bring in Hall of Fame promoter Frank Warren. Frank, Dell's telling me and said to you what he wants. He's got Triple D, he's got Anthony Joshua, and he's got Alexander Usyk. You're the man to make it happen. Which one do we want?
The one he wants, we'll make it happen. We'll sit down and we're going to make it happen. Well, first of all, he's now won an eliminator for the IBF title, and that's Daniel Dubois. So he's got that in the bank. That's there. We'll sit down and we'll go through this, but whatever he wants to do, we will do. It's his 50th fight. He deserves it. Tonight, what a performance, eh? 49th fight, 18 years as a professional, and it was 18 years ago this month that he made his debut on my show, and I can't tell you how proud I am of him tonight, how he fought in there, and also Otto as well. Takes two to make a fight. I mean, he was in trouble a few times and gritted his teeth and come back. But Derek, you know, everybody in this place, they love you, and you've been brilliant. God bless you.
Derek, I think I should give you the final word, right? As a boy from North London, you've inspired so many.
I said I'm not finished yet, don't worry.
Okay, we're here live on TV.
1 second. Ladies and gentlemen, this is John Oliver, my first trainer in boxing. I won the ABAs with this man. I'm here because of this man. He showed me to chuck the first jab, how to defend. You know, the whole story was like a Rocky Marciano, an African boy going to a high bar and Finchley Boxing Club. You know, I was the only 2 black guys in there. I worked hard every day, getting the bus, going there, coming back because of this man. And John, I want to say thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate it, brother. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, John. I really appreciate it. But before we go, I can't have the legends in here and not drop some bars. Yeah? Skepta, I swear to God, if you leave without dropping a bar, drop your new anthem. Come on, please. Come on. Just drop.
What?
Are you gonna do me like that? Are you gonna do me like that?
We'll have a party after.
Say less.
How about POW? National anthem. Give me POW. Give me POW.
As you can see, it's a celebration of North London in here, but this is bigger than that. It's a celebration of Derek Chisora. Becky, I think we're heading to the party. How you doing up there?
POW. Give me POW, please.
We want to join that party. I didn't know where that was going there. There's so much to get through there. But first of all, should we actually talk about the fight itself? Because great start, but it all kicked off around round 5.